my pleasure to talk to you today about the Cyber Leader program that I actively was a part of for the Cyber Friendly Schools project. We had just over 200 students participate who were from Year 10, and this happened over 2 years during 2010 and 2011. We had some expectations that the cyber leaders needed to abide by, and this was to feel positive, to lead positive change in the way fellow students, parents and teachers think and feel about cyberbullying and behave in relation to cyberbullying. So during the Cyber Leader workshop, and this happened during 2010, we had one workshop at the beginning of Term 1, and then in 2011 we had 2 workshops, one in Term 1 and one in Term 3. And these workshops were guided through some individual activities and some group activities. And it was to assist students to kind of understand themselves, their personal values and their school values, and to kind of look at what were their strengths and their interests and kind of marry these together and to come up with some activities. And then we also focused on some school components, and the school components were looking at getting schools to nominate 2 activities that they could then go back and implement in the school with the support of an active staff member. So one of the other activities were the school-led activities, and we had asked students that they had to nominate up 2 activities that they could do when they go back into the school. And we suggested that they should target 3 key audience, and this was schools, families and communities. So some of the activities, pretty much during the workshop, we gave students probably about 30 plus activities that they could implement, each focusing on a school level, a family level and a parent level. So what we have up here are some of the activities that the students came up with. As you can see, the one in black are the school-led activities. So what we had students come up and present at their assemblies, just kind of present some short 5 minutes on key issues relating to bullying and cyberbullying. They presented to their peers. They organised a student activity day. Another wonderful idea was some PowerPoint presentations to the younger cohorts. They also created a cyber safety webpage that they then linked onto their school portal, where people could go to for information, where students can go to for information. They also created some tip-top sheets where it was just some tips of the day for yourself and how to engage and act in a positive manner with your fellow peers. There was also created some wonderful posters that they had presented around the school grounds, and also engaging in positive technology. So this was one school had created an email support group to get the younger cohorts feeling comfortable about engaging in that safe space in terms of their technology use within the school. And the red activities are the parent-led activities, and a bit harder, what students felt was a little bit harder to engage in, but once they engaged in this space, the response from parents was just fabulous. So what they did was they organised a parent evening to try and educate the parents on how to navigate through Facebook and just how to understand the privacy settings around Facebook. So just fabulous, fabulous activities that they were able to conduct in the school. Unfortunately, there were no community-based activities, but as you can see, they did such a wonderful job in the school and the parent sector. So what did we learn from the cyber leaders? So we did some telephone interviews with 1 or 2 representatives from the cyber leaders at the end of every year. So we did it in 2010 and 2011. And the purpose of these interviews was really to get a feel for what they felt the cyber leader role involved, what they liked, what they didn't like. And we kind of used this information to build for every previous year that followed on. So some of the key components that they talked about, the cyber leaders expressed that they needed support at a whole school level, and this was looking at families, peers, and looking at staff, peers, and families, and the community in allowing them to fulfil their activities and to create change. They also expressed that the program gave them confidence and self-esteem in their ability to lead and raise awareness in cyberbullying strategies. They acknowledged the importance of conducting a survey with their fellow peers just to kind of get a feel for what activities they needed to address in the school. They also wanted opportunities to connect with other cyber leaders and as a platform to kind of share their ideas and kind of, you know, what didn't work and what worked, and kind of build from their strategies together. So really network with other cyber leaders. And I think what they talked about was more to kind of help as a procrastination, so just to kind of push them into action. They also said that they felt like genuine leaders when their ideas were initiated and driven by the student voice. They did acknowledge that it was important to have a staff member actively involved, but they felt ownership when they were able to drive the ideas in the school and action them. They also mentioned that it wanted motivation, support and encouragement from active school staff, and they felt that this was really instrumental in able to creating change in the school and getting these activities actioned. And they also mentioned they would like recognition for their role as cyber leaders. You know, they really want to take ownership and they want it to be presented in the school. They did suggest some ideas in terms of having it presented at assemblies or including something in the diary or having something on the school's portal page, just some recognition as their role as cyber leaders. So where to from now? We have the Cyber Strong Schools. So ECU, in collaboration with Avaya, have developed some resources for staff and for cyber leaders to implement in the school. This wonderful resource has been developed out of the Cyber Friendly Schools Project Leadership Program, and they're designed to be able to train schools and staff who are going to support cyber leaders in their school. The resources are available as a PDF, and if you would like more information on the Cyber Strong Schools or the leadership program, please go to the friendlyschools.com.au website for more information.